Scott, where are we?
We are at the Royal Children's Hospital, which we are the ambassadors for the Good Friday Appeal. You know that.
It's true. And we're going to be dropping 2 episodes. Today's and one again tomorrow. And Scott, who are we talking to?
Some of the most unique human beings and some of my favourite people on this planet. We've got Beck Cowan, the executive director, Levi, who's been a guest before. We have the 2 faces of the appeal. They're like the superstars around here at the moment. And we're also filming inside of the hospital's studio.
Yeah, brought to us by Woolies.
Thank you. So this is well, hopefully I get to go on a show that they film from here. It's called Bingo Lingo. Oh, no, Hospital Bingo Lingo.
And Scott, what is Friday?
Well, no, wait. Fun fact.
What?
The last co-host they had was Ed Sheeran. And I'm going to ask if the next big one they can have is Sassy Scott. Anyway, let's get into it.
You compare yourself to Ed Sheeran.
Have you not seen our hair colour? I was inspired by him.
It's true. All right, let's get started.
Luke.
And
Sassy.
Scott.
What's your name?
Alyssa.
How old are you?
4.
You're 4. Now, you just had your birthday.
Yeah.
Now, I hear you had how many birthday parties?
3.
Birthday parties?
Yeah.
I usually celebrate my birthday for a whole month, and I think I like the idea of having 3 birthday parties.
Yeah.
Do you think I should for the next one?
No.
Now,
Just as long as your parents aren't organising it. Because, it was a lot of work for us. Yeah.
now who's this man?
Daddy.
And what's Daddy wearing?
I took a barber.
Who drew that kookaburra?
Me.
Why did you draw the kookaburra?
Because it's Dad's favourite bird.
And what jumper are you wearing, Alyssa? Germs. How many germs are on there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
So many!
Alyssa, what are germs?
What do germs do? They can make you...
Can.
Oh.
Okay.
We've
Now,
also got this one here, actually.
oh yeah, true. And what's this one?
Butterfly.
Do you love butterflies?
Yeah.
Why do you love a butterfly?
Because some are pink.
Yeah. And let me guess, what's your favourite colour?
Pink.
Yeah. And what's your favourite song? Pink Pony Club?
Yeah.
All right, Nicholas. We recently at the launch heard you speak about your family story. And we will get into some of the detail, but there was something so profound that I just, not my heart sunk, my body, my everything just dropped, which was you went through so much treatment, and it sounded, and correct me where I'm wrong.
Yep.
That you got to to a point where it was the end and they went, well, nothing's really working anymore. She's so unwell. Let's just try this other treatment.
That's right, yeah. So Alyssa did about 12 to 18 months of chemotherapy, like traditional chemotherapy for her disease.
Trial,
and
that's what it was. So there was a trial.
That's right, yeah. And then she was, eventually she was in the ICU at the end of it. And it was effectively, there's this one other treatment that we want to try. It's new. Not many kids have had it before. We know that it can work, but we can't actually tell you that this is an adult who had it and they've turned out fantastically well because it's so new. It's we've only just started using it with kids, and so we put her on that, and she just turned around remarkably well. She went from 3 months in the hospital to out within 2 days and hasn't been back in the time since for an overnight stay. It's the reason you're seeing her as she is here.
Incredible.
Here
And
today.
do you want to give a little bit to your journey to that moment, what disease it was? And
Yeah.
when
So
Alyssa was diagnosed?
So Alyssa was diagnosed at 4 months old with a disease called Langerhans cell histiocytosis. It's a bit of a mouthful. We call it LCH for short. And Alyssa's was what we call multi-system. So she had it in various parts around her body, various systems in her body as well. and hers was what we call high risk as well, because it was in her high risk organs. She had it in her liver, she had it in her bone marrow, she had it in parts of her stomach as well. So,
And was it symptoms that you saw, or was it something that was diagnosed?
Yeah, it was a really whole sort of complex range of things. She was first presented with the rash on her skin.
Okay.
And so we were doing all the usual, going to dermatologists, getting it checked out, being told it was psoriasis, being told change the shampoo, the soap that you're using on her. She had that from probably when she was only a couple of weeks old. And then she started getting this ear discharge. And same thing, I thought it was just sort of common ear infections. Lots of kids get them. It's, you just kind of treat it with your normal antibiotics, etc. We were living interstate at the time, and it wasn't until we came down to Melbourne to visit some family where we were seeing doctors down here, and one GP said, look, she was 4 months old at this stage, just take her to the children's, just get the ear checked out. We thought it was just to see when she'd be well enough to fly back home at that point.
Last thing you want to do is get on a plane, right?
Exactly that. And in fact, I actually did. I flew back, and her and Mum Liana were down here, and took her to the children's, and that's when they really got to the bottom of it, to be honest with you, and super fast as well. So we came in on a Tuesday just to get the ear checked out, maybe a burst eardrum, and then that weekend she had the port put in, and by the following Tuesday she was starting chemotherapy. So it just
At the age of 4 months.
At the age of 4 months, yeah. And so it would not have happened as quickly, as smoothly at any other institution, just because they've got all the services under the one roof here as well. So when the surgeon went in to look in her ear, was able to take a biopsy and send it off to the place that reads the biopsy, which is in the hospital, who could then pass it on to the oncology department, who are here as well. So it just moved so quickly. Yeah.
Who is the most important person here at the hospital?
The doctors.
The doctors. Who would you say, mate, is the most important person? Who's the boss? Who's the real boss here?
Yeah, she's sitting right next to me.
There it is.
And what's then something here at the hospital that astounds you every time you're here?
It's just the amazing amount of work that you see here every day. Like, you guys were down on the ground floor with us. Every direction you sort of look, there's just something wonderful happening. There's so many people that are working for such a great cause.
Tell me, what's been, and I know you've had a lot, what was your hardest moment? And what helped you get through it?
Yeah, probably two most difficult moments. One was when she was first sort of diagnosed, because for a period we didn't know what it was. And because they'd found it in her ear, they just found a lot of things in her head. So you really don't know what you're dealing with at that point in time. And then secondarily, when she was put into the ICU, because it was almost like exactly like what you see on a TV show. They did the code, whatever it was, and all the doctors had to come into the room, and she passed out in Mum's arms, and they hooked her up to a machine and took her in. So that was incredibly tough in that whole period. What helped us, though, was just the incredible support that we got along the way. The hospital staff are all amazing, all fantastic. They keep the family front of mind. We had sort of a counsellor linking in with us to see how we were going, dietitians, play therapy, all those sorts of things to make sure that she's doing well and the family's doing well. And also just we're fortunate to have the incredible support of family and friends as well. That really helped us too. We had just people wanting to help and pitch in, people cooking us meals while we're in patients in the hospital, dropping off things.
Fill my freezer with lasagnas and curries.
Exactly
and
that.
Pies and
Exactly that. And that's the advice I have for anyone as well who might know someone who's going through a difficult situation like that, is just to obviously, everyone loves to offer and help, and it's fantastic that people do that. But sometimes the next step is just to be proactive and do it.
The active service from the start.
Yeah, some people like me, even if you offered me, I'm still hesitant to say, yeah, I'd love you to do this for us, even though we need it. Yeah, so if you take...
Say, yeah, sure, I'd love that, thanks.
Go and get it done. Get them.
You know what helped.
Alyssa, do you want to say something? What's up?
What do you want to say?
What's your favourite food, Alyssa?
Broccoli.
Broccoli?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what makes you smiling now? What makes you laugh here, even on a hard day?
her and all the other kids
Yeah.
as well. There's like even when you're waiting for appointments, there's always something zany happening when kids get together, no matter what they're going through. So it's always like funny things happening. You'll be having like a pretty shitty day, and you'll see some kid who's having it worse than you laughing their ass off, looking at the fish in the fish tank or looking at the meerkats and stuff like that. So that's what keeps us smiling here and makes us have a good day here every time we're here. It's just seeing the energy of the kids and how happy they can be here no matter what they're going through. Yeah.
It's good perspective there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's this experience taught you about life that I think the rest of us or other people can take for granted?
It's probably exactly that. Is trying not to take things for granted, and it's difficult. Like don't get me wrong. Like I still get annoyed at the day-to-day things as well. But it's just that little bit of perspective sometimes to sort of take a step back and say, hey, like when she was at her worst, we had genuine concerns about whether she'd still be here. Do you know what I mean? So try not to sweat the small stuff if you can. That's what it's kind of taught us through the journey. But it is a journey. Like you're regularly sort of checking yourself to make sure that you're appreciating everything that you have. And the perspective for us is obviously as well that she just wouldn't be here without this hospital. That's kind of what it comes down to.
And who are the real heroes here at the hospital?
I'm going to say the nurses. All the medical staff, all the support staff are fantastic and do an amazing job. When you're in the hospital. And you're in as an inpatient as well. In particular, you see the nurses, day in, day out. You get, kind of front row seats to the work that they do, and they work so hard and they're on their feet for so long, doing such incredible work with a smile on their face. I talk about the fact that she loves coming to the hospital, and that's sort of testament to them.
And then what's something small that makes such a big difference here at the hospital for you?
It's going to sound really cheesy, but like even downstairs there's the kind of the security area where you go to get your parking validated, for example, and we go down there and we were seeing sort of the security guy who'd give you your ticket, and then a couple of months into it he was like, we gave a ticket and he's like, hey, does she want a sticker as well? Do you know what I mean? And so he's, you know what I mean, like I don't think you can do any sort of work in this hospital without sort of being taken by the children and wanting to do more than just your job. Yeah. So it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I saw that, I was like, oh wow, this sort of touched the heart as well.
Last one for you. Finish this sentence. The Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal is
an incredible opportunity to make this institution even more wonderful than it already is. This hospital means so much to so many people, and it's a lifeline for families, even more than it is for our family for some. So it's just a wonderful opportunity for those who are thinking about giving to really give. You never know when you'll need it, but you never know when someone in your family might, the person next door, the person down the road as well. And so we have this it's this incredible institution that does such amazing work, but there's always more work to do. We'd love to have every family experience opportunity we've had in terms of what Alyssa's been able to access through the hospital to bring her to where she is as well. So please, give generously to the appeal.
Fantastic. And Nick, for you and your family, what are you looking forward to next?
Just the milestones, I think, with this one as she keeps growing. You've got a baby brother now. What's his name?
Preston.
Preston.
How old is he?
Months old.
Yeah, 0. She's like, hang on, 4, he's 0. Does Preston make a lot of noise?
Yeah.
Do you love being a big sister?
Yeah.
Is he tall?
Yeah.
Does he laugh at you?
Yeah.
I bet he does. Who's the funniest nurse or doctor? Do you know any?
Yeah.
Who's the doctor that helps you become?
Tanika.
Dr. Kanika. That's her oncologist who she's been linked in with Kanika from the day she first came in and was diagnosed.
Of course.
And they've developed a really special bond. What does she call you?
Chicken.
Chicken. Hey, little chicken.
Well, Nick and Alyssa, we just want to say thank you for spending today with us on the Luke and Sassy Scott podcast to hear a bit about your story and what we can bring to the Good Friday appeal.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you. I think one of the most special human beings of our life now. And just brings like so much influence, positive influence. You make me feel very grateful.
And I just want to make it clear to the audience that
I'm not
you're
talking
not
about
talking
you.
me.
No.
Yeah.
Talking about Beck, Executive Director of the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday Appeal, who is with us right now. You inspire me so much. Like, people say to me, Scott, you do so much in a day. And then I talk to you, or I see email chains that we're a part of, and your role, and I am just blown away by how much you can do. It's like you have more hours in a day than the average person. Is that a quality? Is this a skill that you've were you born that way? How do you operate the way you do?
My mum would say, no, I definitely wasn't born this way. I was a little bit lazy probably as a child, never cleaned my room. I do what I do because I love what I do.
Yeah.
I'm really fortunate to do what I do. And I know people say that and they probably think, oh, that's really cliche, but I do. I love what I do. And I get to meet with people like yourselves and become friends.
And Queen Mary.
I didn't meet Queen Mary yesterday, but she was here at the hospital, and Ed Sheeran a few weeks before that.
I know. And now us.
And now you boys.
What got you into the Good Friday Appeal, Beck?
So I'd been working in the charity space for about 10 years, and prior to that corporate, but charity space is where my heart is. I just love it. I love the impact, the work we do, the people you get to work with, and you feel good. You do good work. But when I saw the role for the Good Friday Appeal, I just went, I would love to do that. It just was my dream role. And it's because I grew up with it. My mum nursed here. She trained here back in the 60s. She's instilled so many things, so many values in me. And I thought I'd love to work on this. And it's because it's the most incredible legacy to be part of.
And how many years has it been around for now, Beck?
So the appeal, 95 years this year. And you think about the first fundraiser, that group of journalists decided to hold a fundraiser because at the time the Children's Hospital was on the verge of, well, it was a hospital and they had a children's ward closing down. So they did a fundraiser, raised £427, 95 years now. And, last year we raised $24 million. So
It's
that's
so
incredible.
unbelievable.
Like to think
so
it keeps
incredible.
going and
Yeah.
the love that people have for it, and it's because of this hospital.
Well, it's a lot of it is because of the driving force of you, but also the state. And Luke and I always say we grew up on Good Friday with our grandma kind of yelling at us, saying, you ungrateful little pricks. I can probably get away with that word. It was kind of part of our culture as Melburnians and Victorians to, on Good Friday, watch the appeal and watch the nation and everybody rally and community, everyone doing their bit. Yeah. Before we get too serious, right, tell us, who do you think is the most important person here at the hospital? Who's the boss?
Well, I know the boss, but I would say, and he's incredible, Dr. Peter Steer, but it's the kids.
Yeah.
It's all wrapped around the kids.
Yeah.
This is why we do it. We all love our kids. We do this for our kids. You do anything for your kids. And every single person working here, you're interviewing different people, the doctors, the nurses. They're incredible people. And they're calm and they're assuring and they're empathy, but they're so good at what they do. They're incredible.
What's something that astounds you each time you're here?
It's a really special place. You go to other hospitals, I'm not comparing hospitals, but you go to an adult hospital, for example, then you come here and it's calm, it's the environment, and it's a really special place. And the work that goes on here, it changes people's lives. It changes families' lives. It gives family hope. And it ensures kids will thrive. It's just incredible. And it's the top children's hospital in Australia and top 5 in the world.
Oh, wow, I didn't
It's
know
one
that.
of the top 5 in the world. We have it here in Melbourne that we can access at any time. How incredible is that?
Phenomenal.
Top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
In your role, Beck, what's the hardest thing and what helps you get through it?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of up in the role, a lot of great, we do
Yes.
fun things
Yep.
and, what we launched today with the merchandise range, incredible. But you get to know a lot of the families, and when they get heartbreaking news or the treatment's not going as well, the first diagnosis, you're hearing about that, it's heartbreaking because you know how hard that is for them. But what gets me through it is the work that we do at the Good Friday Appeal, and what we fund, the research, the equipment, the training, the care, you'll hear from the families. That's what gets me through. And then knowing that the team here at the hospital, they're in incredible hands. All the patients are.
What makes you laugh here?
The kids. That's back to the
stuff that comes out of their
kids,
mouths.
The stuff, their little chuckles, their laughter. Kids live how we all should live as adults. They just live in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have the pressures and the stress. They do from a health perspective if they're here, but they just enjoy life. And so you look at them and, talking to the parents and being a parent myself, just take on, if you can take on a little bit of their attitude and belief, then you're going to be all right.
If you could give a superpower to anyone here at the hospital, what would it be and who would it be that you're giving it to?
Good question.
Yeah, and you'd give a good answer here.
Pressure.
Because I want wings.
You want wings? So do I. I want my wings. It's the kids and it's healing powers. I would just love them to be able to heal. And seeing kids, like our two faces, they were both in here from very early on. Oliver was, as a baby, straight as soon as he was born, he was here at the hospital, and Alyssa in her first year. And kids shouldn't have to go through that. Like, if we can just take that away. As we get older, yes, we know we're going to get sick, but to be sick when you're little, that's really tough. So healing powers for them.
What has your role or your experience here at the hospital taught you about life and what others would maybe take for granted?
It is to be grateful. And I hate when people say be grateful. But it is. We're just, life can be hard and life's really tough for a lot of people at the moment.
And what does grateful mean to you?
Grateful to me means appreciating the now, the moment right now, appreciating what I've got and appreciating my kids, my family, my work, and knowing I've got my health. I'm good. I'm fine. Some of the things I worry about, don't need to worry about them. It's not, it doesn't help any situation. So as you were saying, the parents and the families here, that optimism, you've got to have that. We've all got to have that. Otherwise, you've got nothing.
And I can speak to, and I mean, to other people, they'd say that's a long time. But, for me and the work that I do here, meeting the families, talking to everybody, I spent a month in ICU with the boys when they were born in another country. And, the gratitude I felt from the doctors and the nurses, of people that literally turn up to work, no matter how hard their life is, to make somebody else's life better, is what always blew me away in my experience. And we see that here all of the time with the teams and the staff. You never know what's going on in the teams or the staff's lives, but they're turning up here every day to make sure other people's lives are better and cared for and looked after. And I always think they're the people that really blow my mind, because that time that I spent in the hospital with the boys they were the ones that held our hand, and there was this human connection of assurance that the best in the business were looking after your kid. You weren't able to do it, but somebody was there that really could do it.
I think I might know the answer to the next one from Beck, but who are the real heroes here at the hospital?
You think I'm going to say the kids?
Yeah. She doesn't want to be predictable. I've thrown you here.
No, I would say everyone. And you're going to go, oh, that's predictable. Look, I do have a really special spot in my heart for the nurses, because once my mum trained here, she's a nurse, was a nurse, and just I met a lot of the nurses, and I've got a really special spot for them.
What's something small that makes a really big difference in your day?
Oh, it makes a big difference. I work with an incredible team at the Good Friday Appeal, and they are really, really busy working all year, but in particular now we're in a busy time. And I love hearing the stories. They're talking to volunteers, they're talking to fundraisers, they're talking to people all around the state, interstate, about how they're supporting the Good Friday Appeal, what they're doing. And they're the stories that we hear the richness in these stories. We hear the best we see the best, and we hear the best of people every day in our jobs. And it's really, that makes such a difference to my day-to-day.
And Rebecca Cowan, what are you looking forward to next?
I think this is a predictable answer. I'm looking forward to Good Friday.
Yes.
It's we work all year. It culminates on Good Friday. Our team is very busy with it, but a lot of people across the state work all year on it and support. And seeing everyone on the day getting behind it. The stories I hear, you meet volunteers 60, 70 years, towns, regional supporters. It's what they do every year. The CFA, 75 years this year. They're fighting fires in summer and throughout the year and the floods, and then they're shaking tins and raising money for us. The goodness in people, Australians are good. And I think in the day and age we're living in at the moment, we can sometimes forget that. But Good Friday pill reminds you of the good.
I love that. Okay, so finish this sentence for me. The Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal is
an incredible united movement that brings everybody together regardless of anything and does amazing work for the love of our kids.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Paul.
All of the work that you do.
And thank you for everything that you do. This is fourth
year
year supporting us and doing this podcast, the merchandise range, everything that you do. You're so authentic and beautiful in what you do. So thank you.
Anytime. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So Luke and I think that we're pretty special that we get to be the ambassadors here at the Royal Children's Hospital and the Good Friday appeal.
But we're not the only ones.
No, we're not. And I believe you are the OGs, like the original.
From the start.
So we have Hayden and Carly here who are so unique. They're ambassadors. You're twins.
Yep.
You are a recipient of the Royal Children's Hospital.
I am, yes.
And you're currently being treated.
I am.
Now, before we get too into all of that, and before we get too serious, tell us we're going to go to you first, Hayden.
Okay.
Who's the most important person here? Okay, who's the boss around here?
Well, I would say my mum, because she kind of tells me what to do most of the time. Or me, because I'm kind of demanding a little bit.
There it is.
I like that answer.
There it is.
But no, my doctors, I reckon, when I'm in oncology, they're really good. I reckon they're pretty important. Yeah.
No, Hayden, I'm not letting you get away with this. You've named
You're the
three
boss.
different.
Yeah, correct.
We're going just with you
Okay.
as the boss, I reckon.
Okay, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, I'll
No,
own
but
it.
I feel a true leader, which I see in you. A true leader can acknowledge all. And that's what you do. You're able to include everyone.
You're
That's
onto something.
influence.
Yeah.
Carly, who's the boss?
Well, I agree on Hayden's statement that it's him because right when he got out of surgery and he was on anaesthesia,
Yes.
he was bossing me around.
Yes, he's
Carly,
allowed.
get me chicken nuggets. Carly, get me Macca's. And I was like, dude, you just got out of surgery. Aren't you going to sleep? And he goes, no, I never sleep. And I was like, gosh.
How do you feel when he is getting treatment and has been in and out of the hospital? How's that affected you, or do you step up as a sibling, or does it equally affect you as well?
Well, sometimes it can feel a little bit lonely when he's like not with me, but I know like how strong he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, strong warrior you are, Hayden.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I think he's got this, and I'd say I'm pretty supportive. So
You were just saying you didn't like that he was telling you to get you nuggets
it
straight after he
depends.
came out.
She's full line. She's
really
lying.
depends.
She's lying.
like sometimes, you know, when I feel the twin telepathy that he's in need, then I become a caring sister.
Do you feel that?
No.
You do. Yes, you do. I'm not going to let you get away with that either.
The only way she's like supportive with like getting me stuff is when my mum yells at her to do it.
Okay, cool. Well, then she does it though, right?
Hey.
Eventually.
Are you supportive of her?
A little bit. A little bit. I'd say I am.
Now,
You
I know Carly does a lot in acting, singing, dancing. Do you go and support her in any
I
of that?
do with all the school plays and stuff. I go support those. You know, I record when I'm not supposed to, but that's all right.
He does do that.
Now, I've been really honoured to get to know the both of you and your whole
you.
family over the past couple of years. What's been the hardest moment you've gone through, mate? And what helped you get through it?
The hardest part was probably like recovering, like those few days after treatment where you feel like really like sick and you don't want to do anything, but you're like too bored and it's like really iffy. But I reckon the thing that's gotten me through it is probably watching TV, like Netflix. You know,
The Amazing Race
everything.
Australia Celebrity Edition 2025.
Yes, F1. You know,
Oh, yeah.
all of that. You know, I stayed at my aunt's place. over the long weekend, and she lives really close to the track. You could hear it from her house. It was so cool. I want to try to get tickets next year because 2019, I got tickets and I couldn't go because that's when COVID started.
Okay, hang on. Let me just
write
take
that one down. To-do list.
F1 ticks. I can
Done.
We can. Let's see what we can do there.
To people that haven't gone through this sort of treatment, what is feeling sick? Like what sort of symptoms are you getting?
It's pretty difficult to kind of explain it because not many people like have an understanding of what it feels like.
And when we say treatment for what type of treatment? We're talking chemotherapy.
Yeah,
and,
chemotherapy.
And you're being treated for?
Brain tumor.
So, words that we've heard before, like, it's like it's a dullness or foggy.
Foggy, definitely foggy. Yeah, foggy, really nauseous. Like, even though I get pumped full of like anti-nausea, there's still just like a little bit left. It makes me feel really groggy and lazy, and I just want to bed rot all day, really.
Which surely you're allowed to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like it makes me feel even worse bed rotting because I'm just
Does
like,
it?
Yeah, because like I feel like I'm not being productive.
You don't need to be. You can rest and recover, dude.
And it'd
You've
be
been
annoying
treated for a brain tumor.
And it would be annoying if all you want is chicken nuggets and your sister's not getting them as well.
I know. It's such a problem. It's such a problem. I need my chicken nuggets.
What makes you laugh here on a hard day at the hospital?
Ooh, probably my sister.
Oh,
Probably
I
my
wasn't
sister.
expecting that.
My uncle, he sometimes comes in. He's pretty funny. He's a real jokester. He makes everything into a joke, which is really funny. My mum, she also makes a lot of things really funny when she like does all of her millennial stuff. Her jokes and.
I'm a millennial.
You're a baby boomer, Scott.
Am I?
Your experience through your treatment has probably taught you a lot about life. What
Definitely.
is that other people, dare I say, take for granted?
Basically everything. Like right now I can't really plan anything in the future. So like, do you guys know the artist Tame Impala?
Yes.
So they're coming to Melbourne in I think August, October or so. And I was like, Mom, can I get tickets? Because I was at home.
Yep.
Like after treatment and the tickets came out, I was like, man, I would be so sick to go to. And she's like, I'll let you go if I knew that you'd be well at the time. And I'm like, oh, it's so annoying. But yeah, they're so sick. I love their music and everything. But my message to the people that really don't have like a sickness or whatever, like do as much as you can when you can, and like don't really worry about all the stuff that you don't need to worry about.
What's something small here at the hospital that makes a big difference in your day?
Definitely those little tubs of ice cream that I get whenever I'm out of surgery or
So
whenever I
McDonald's
ask for
doesn't
it.
have ice cream, but you can get it anywhere else.
You can just tell he's a foodie because
You are a
like,
foodie. Chicken nuggets,
Food's
ice
awesome.
cream.
Food's awesome, man.
I'm with you, man.
Who would you say are the real heroes here at the hospital?
Definitely like the scientists that make all these medicines and treatments for the people, and they do all the hard work to be scientists and figure it out.
And what about you? You've seen him go through a lot. You've spent a lot of time here at the
I
hospital. Who do you think?
Definitely the most hardworking people are the kids and the doctors, because obviously the kids are the ones who are pushing through all these obstacles and problems, and obviously it's very hard. I've seen, Hayden go through it. So I think they're definitely one of the strongest people here.
I should have said that.
But dare I say you've met a lot of other patients through your time here too. You've met a lot of other siblings of patients?
Yeah, I have.
How do you bond with them?
We would go on these like trips with other families that had kids with cancer, and I would bond with a lot of the siblings because they, understood what the siblings were going through as well, because it's a whole family thing.
Yep.
That we're all going through at the same time, to help him.
What sort of message do you have for family members going through that?
Try and help them as much as you can, but also don't lose yourself while doing it as well, because I feel
It's
like
not your
a lot
identity.
of people,
Like it's not your entire life identity either, right? It's
Yeah.
a part of your story.
Yeah.
It's not who you are.
and I feel like you should, keep doing what you love and help the person as well.
What about somebody that's relapsed, right?
Yeah.
So somebody else that's finding out that they've got a tumor, like, what's some advice to give to them of what, how to stay, I guess, as centered as you are?
I'd say keep up with all your hobbies and everything you do in your normal life, and try to keep as normal as possible, because kind of being sad about it and bed rotting all the time, I find I don't like it too much because I feel lazy, and then I get less social, and I love talking to people.
Yep.
So definitely going to school is like one of the biggest things that I like to do while recovering, like as much as I could, even if I was like a little bit sick or so. But definitely keeping up with hobbies and everything that you like, and doing whatever you can.
Okay, so all rules are off right now. What do you wish people did more for you?
Oh, that's a tough question.
When the times when you've sat there rotting, right? Like in bed rot, what do you wish somebody could do for you? Friends, family, neighbours, mates, teachers, whatever. What are the things
And
that
just
come
did
into
for
your
you,
mind?
but didn't ask you if you wanted it, but just did it.
Probably like come into my room and yell at me to get up off my ass.
That's good.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Good luck, Mum. Good luck, you. Let us know how that goes.
Now, this next one, I want you to answer it together. You can talk about it together instead of going to you separately. But what are you both looking forward to next together?
I would say year 11. I reckon year 11 will be really fun, and like going to get a job and all of that, because I'm unemployed, and I want to get a job in like retail.
You're
so
allowed
like
to be unemployed, you know that. Like you are.
I mean,
you're 15, mate. You're going through treatment for a tumour. You go to high school. You're allowed to be unemployed at the moment. But you're allowed to want a job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I'm off, that's what I'll be looking forward to. Definitely getting a job. I want to work at like Cotton On.
Your dreams are just so easily tangible. We can just make them happen. It's like, get him ice cream, get him a job at Cotton On,
Tame Impala
and
F1
tickets if you can go, and Grand Prix.
Oh yeah.
We have one more answer.
And?
Ready? The Good Friday appeal.
It is a fun day. What do you enjoy about it?
I just think the vibes are so good. And also, like, knowing that it's going to a really good cause as well. And the chocolate eggs.
You want a little tip?
Sure.
Take a bag and fill it.
Last year I brought a massive tote bag.
I definitely enjoy the cars, like the Ferraris, all the classic cars and stuff. I love it.
Hang on, I haven't seen them.
If we didn't see that part.
Oh yes, they have a whole area with cars.
They had them parked literally in the hospital.
We've got everything there. We can't see everything.
I know, but they do have everything there. They have like the teddy bear hospital,
Yeah.
which has like 1,000 doctors and nurses or something that come to teach kids. Like,
It's usually the doctors in training that have to do it, and it's part of their CPD.
Yeah.
So they
Really?
actually, they
Yes.
get it a part of their training. It actually gets ticked off.
and so little kids
unreal.
from around Victoria bring their teddy to the teddy bear hospital on the day.
So cute.
And they
They learn.
teach them like about what the teddy has to go through, with different procedures and that. So just in case that child ever has to go to hospital, it makes it a little bit less foreign for them.
Wow.
I need you to finish a sentence for me. The Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal is?
Awesome.
The Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal is?
Incredible.
Well done, you two. You should be very proud of yourselves. How many more treatments have you got to go?
11. Yeah, 11.
Are they monthly? Are they fortnightly?
Yeah,
Monthly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I have a little bit of time between them to kind of recover and feel a bit better, and then I'll feel awful again. Yeah.
What can guys like me and Luke do for you?
Just be a funny selves. I see you guys on TikTok all the time. You come up my For You page. You guys are hilarious. I love watching your videos. That definitely helps me not bed rot.
All right. Well, that I can promise you he'll continue to be a pain in my ass, which makes you laugh. So you're welcome.
It
At least
does.
I can do.
It does, yeah.
Thanks, you two.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
having
much.
us.
You're little rock stars. You're welcome on our show anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
Luke and Sassy Scott.
Luke and I think it's really important that when you go to somebody's house, you say, thanks for having us. So we would like to say a big thank you to the Wurundjeri, Woi Wurrung and Bunurong peoples of the southeastern Kulin Nation, the land on which this podcast is recorded on.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.